Howdy, folks. So today I'm going to talk about the Dunu SA6, like Studio 6 maybe. I did an earlier video about this particular pair's looks and build quality and everything, so I'm not going to talk about that, but these things are badass. Sorry. They are as nice as IEMs ever get in terms of the fit and finish. Yeah, and I got some really cool backplates on these guys, maybe cooler than your average SA6, possibly. I'm using the long tips that I normally do. The cable is, I want to say maybe higher quality than the EST 112 in terms of like the thickness. I don't know. That's probably maybe what they intended. But the cable's really nice, and then it's got the quick what do you call it, swap connector that Dunu has on their cables now, which I absolutely adore. Awesome. And these are two pin recessed even. So way cool. Probably very appropriate for a studio type of headphone. Also, there is a vent right here for the balanced armatures, the Sanyan vented balanced armatures, which is, well, fairly unique, especially since it's completely filled. Sorry, I'm going off about it again. All right. So I really like these headphones. They're fantastic. They hit my preferences really well. If I didn't have other high quality sets to compare to, I might say that these were the best I've ever heard. Really, they're really good. All right, let's bring up some stuff. What do we got? Here's Critical's graph. This is pretty close to my preference, as I've gone over with on other things. We got the 1K to like 200 or 300 hertz, relatively flat, nice sub bass rise. What is that, 5 dB, something like that. Our pin gain from 1K to peaks out at about 2.5. I really wish it didn't have this hole right here, because I can hear that, and I can also hear a little bit of this hole right here, and this little bit of strident extra, like high mids, early treble, this kind of thing. Now, it's well within my preference, so it's not at all a problem, but I wanted to bring it up. These cause the mid-range, or especially this one, to rate less than my best set, the RSV. And it's just the way it is. That's the way I hear it. But everything else is really excellent on this graph and really well within my preference. There's no piercy parts. There's no bad tuning parts of it. It's all really high quality and excellent. Let me just flip over to the Excel chart. I'm going to try and speed this up a little. So Dunu SA6 on top, 8.5 out of 10 in terms of special factor. And in my mind, for the price, these are killing it. Absolutely killing it. I would take these over the EST 112. For, I think I have 500, but I feel like I saw them for less than that. But anyways, yeah, they're killing it for that price. It's really excellent. Plus the cable and everything else, the full package, really, really killer. Build quality, everything. 8.5 out of 10. I love them. Accuracy, I'm going to give it an 8. The only reason being it's not higher is that small hole in the mids. And, you know, if you're doing studio stuff, I could guarantee you that if I A/B test that with the RSV, which has more full mids, you do hear some issues with, say, vocals. Very small issues. I'm being hyper picky here, but you hear some issues. So they wouldn't be my pick for studio accurate, but they are quite good, and certainly much better than many other sets. Yeah. So accuracy 8 out of 10, wideness 9 out of 10. They're really good. Yeah, I mean, like I'm looking at the Voyager 14. Those have some like extra special something in the wideness factor, but they also don't have as good as mids, for instance, and the treble is peaky on the V14 versus the Dunu. So anyway, sorry, going off. Wideness 9 out of 10. 3D, we're going to call it an 8. I wouldn't call them disappointing by any metric. They're not maybe like the best I've ever heard, but I call them very, very satisfying. There's when I listen to these, there's no parts of like the 3D scape sound stage that annoys me or anything else like that. It's quite good. It's near the top of what you can find. Imaging is a 9. Yeah, I want to say that's pretty accurate. It's you pinpoint things left to right, up, down. A little less behind the head, but good. And for imaging for a studio monitor, which I'm assuming this is, it is appropriately awesome. Volume scaling 8.5. You can crank the shit out of these things, man. They're really good. The bass comes up appropriately. I didn't rate them any higher than that, mostly because the 8K peak is a little higher than my preference, and when you turn up to ear blasting levels, that'll get you a little bit, but in no way do these disappoint me. I can turn them up quite a lot. Excellent. The bass texture, yeah, wow. Like, wow, truly wow. They did an amazing job on the Sonian balanced armature vented subwoofers. Maybe not the best I've ever heard, give or take preferences, but it's like, wow. It's wow. Yeah, in fact, it does beat the RSV in terms of bass slam. But in terms of accuracy, I would call it pretty, maybe even. It has like maybe a slightly poofier quality, like slightly less controlled, but the fact that it extends more, yeah, it's a wash. Killer bass, 9. Mids 8.5. If I A/B compare, and this is the only way you'd ever pick this out, if you A/B compare it with the RSV, or what do I even have that has higher than that? Yeah, the O2. Yeah, that makes sense. You can hear that hole, but you can only really hear it if you're A/Bing right away. It's in no way bad and in no way disappointing. It's nice, full, rich mids. Excellent stuff, man. Dunu's killing it. And by the way, this is the best Dunu I've ever heard, and by a lot, in my opinion. So 8.5, treble is a 9. It's just where it needs to be, not too much, not too little. Just right, real nice. Resolution, balanced armatures, 8. Yeah, give or take. Yeah, we'll call it an 8. I think maybe the electrostatics can do better, but only if they're tuned like in a ultra good way. So pressure buildup, they do have some. Let me slide this over. Because there's no vent, well, at least venting to the eardrum. Yeah, there is a vent, but it's not vented to the eardrum. Isolating on these is fantastic. The fit is, it's damn near like, okay, so we got the stubby tip, right? The short stubby tip. It's not too fat, not too small. And these probably people know by now, but my ears really like this style of thing. And then I can seat these fully into my ear, bottom them out, and I hear absolutely nothing except music. Highly enjoyable, love it. So that's fantastic. So sliding back over to the total score of 85.5 out of 100. And if we just scroll up, so I don't have any other high-end sets to really go over right now, so we'll just scroll all the way up so you can see how they land. Yeah, so this is our SA6, and in my opinion, yeah, the Clairs might beat them a little bit. The Oxygens beat them a little bit. EGO7 is more of my preferences in terms of some things, but ooh, wait a minute. Yeah, we're gonna give the special factor a 9, and man, I'm battling that in like at the 10 because they're actually pretty damn good. Everything is just about where they need to be. Okay, we'll give them a 9 because there's a couple little tiny issues, but do I recommend these? Hell yes, I recommend these. They are fantastic headphones. Would I recommend these over the Dunu EST112? Yes, I would. I would pick these over them any day. I'd pick these over just about any other full balanced armature set I can think of, except for the RSV, and I might pick them for bass heavy tracks over the RSV. But again, the RSV is my more critical listening set. I could consider these ones maybe, I don't know, you can get a little more funness out of them, maybe, I guess, because of the bass slam. And if I compare these to like the U12T, because that's another set that has amazing bass with balanced armatures. Man, I don't know. It's pretty close. It's pretty close. Which is to say about the best bass you can get out of balanced armatures on anything would be these or maybe the U12T, probably. Would I pick these over the RSV? No, because my preferences in terms of what I really, really love are mid-range, and the RSV is nearly perfect in that respect. Would I pick these? I would pick these over the RSV for bass head tracks, probably easily. But like again, the RSV is a more reference set, and I consider these more of sort of like referencey fun, maybe. I don't know, a lot of words, but highly recommended. These things kill it, and fit and finish. Jesus, man, you'll get these, and you'll know what a high mark in terms of build quality is for a headphone. It does not get better, in my opinion. So, awesome. 2 thumbs up for the SA6, and have a great day. I'll see you on the next one.